Vladislav Seamus, our referee, calls us into action.
Attack from Marton. We saw earlier today Marton started very slow in one of her bouts, and she picked it up after the halfway point. Let's see what happens here. Pusztai's been fencing great all day. Referee Seamus says simultaneous, both start at the same time, so there's no touch. Attack from Pusztai. You heard a little clicking of the blades. Pusztai took the blade and made the attack.
She took a big step back to avoid Marton's initial attack.
When the referee says prise de fer, that means taking of the blade. So as Pusztai was attacking from the right, Marton took the blade and made the attack from the left.
Single light.
Simultaneous. If both lights had gone on, there would be no touch, but in this case, the red light went on, so Marton gets it.
Yeah, preparation Marton, and she asked for our first video review for this evening. Pusztai came through Sofia Pozniakova, Mariel Zagunis, Anna Limbach of Germany, and Clapier of France, which is a pretty big haul. Anna Marton beat Nikitina of Russia, Kim, Gian, Melina Vongnasati, and Sugar Katinka Batai. I finally got to say it.
Good
in the
for
round
you,
of 64.
Meanwhile, Marton with another attack, so she started off pretty strong here. And it should be known that Pusztai in the round of 32 was down 14-11 to two-time gold medalist Mariel Zagunis, but came back to win.
Well, they have both been fencing with amazing concentration and determination, because as you have said, there's a lot at stake. And it's, I think, just poetic that, you know, that after a great day of fencing, in order to determine who's got that guaranteed golden ticket to Tokyo, that it comes down to this, to a semifinal match.
Abstention means they called simultaneous, there's no touch, and Marton burns one of her challenges very early on a very questionable time to do it. Marton getting a little frustrated with referee Seamus, so the key here is to just do something different or make the action clearer, because he's not buying what you're selling.
Well, the other key is not to get a card.
Right.
And I am quite certain that Vladislav Seamus is not shy about, he's certainly not going to reward bad behavior.
Yeah, and I don't see that happening from Marton. That's not her normal way of operating, but you did see a little frustration there. I think the key for the fencer when that happens is just to say, I have to focus on my opponent. I hear what the referee's saying. I'll just give him something else, or her. Marton pushing.
And made that look quite easy. Pusztai's got to spend a little more.
She gave up ground very easily. She wasn't busy on her defense and just was a sitting duck there. Pusztai pulled distance, stepped back, made Marton fall short, took the blade, and then made the attack.
That was nice from Pusztai.
Very nice attack.
She built that attack really well.
She pushed, they say in stages, and Marton ran out of options right there at the end of the piece.
Pusztai asking for a video review.
So you could hear a blade meeting there, And the referee said attack from the left, too. She didn't say attack on fair, which means a blade attack. You could see there was a meeting there before the lights went on. And Seamus coming back very quickly.
1 minute.
Premier attack touche, which means the very first action from the left from Marton scored, according to the referee. And it's 8-6.
Yeah, that takes us to our 1 minute break in this match. And Pusztai, I think she started okay, but then she kind of hit the pause button for a bit.
A little bit.
And was able to pull it back and come out of the first period in better shape than she was in. But this is still a dominant performance from Anna Marton.
Yet the score is only 8-6, and it's very awkward fencing your teammates. They know each other inside out. We don't hear a lot of yelling and screaming and emoting on touches here. It's sort of definitely it's a little bit awkward fencing your teammates.
Well, you notice that there are no coaches because it's an intramural affair, and I think we'll see something different in the next semifinal.
I'm looking for Pusztai, David, to look for some second intention to draw Marton's attack out and then make para riposta. She likes to fence on the blade. She's very good at it, and I'm looking for her to try to do that. Prise de fer means beat attack from the left. Beat, attack.
Well, it was Pusztai who was doing all the hard work there,
but
and came away with
nothing. So even though Pusztai was pushing, no pun intended, as soon as Marton took the blade, that gives her the right of way as long as she doesn't hesitate. And she didn't. She made the attack.
Attack, push, 1.
Marton looking very strong right now. Pusztai has to figure something out, maybe with footwork to change the tempo to try to get inside the longer Marton.
She seems to be having, I don't know.
Because you have like this. Preparation, attack.
Marton questioning Seamus, saying, why not my attack? And he says, because your hand was down, it wasn't coming forward.
Yeah. But the consistency is seems to be a real problem in this match for Pusztai. Not only that, but you know, she's very young. You know, she's also been very successful, especially in the in both junior and senior arenas. But
she's asking for a video here. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, that's a bell punch. According to the rules of fencing, that is a bell punch, a red card, an immediate point for the opponent. That, if they look at that at the replay, that they might just call that. In order for Pusztai to have a chance here, she has to get inside Marton's distance. Marton is very tall. I stood next to her. I think I'm 6 feet. She's taller than me, clearly. And Pusztai has to outwork her on the footwork, and that hasn't been the case so far. And here comes that red card that we talked about. Well, okay. So a touch with the guard is a yellow card. A bell punch, which was determined not to be, is a red card.
No more videos.
And no more videos.
Well, I think the referees have some discretion in terms of, did she do that on purpose? And it was clear from the replay that you know, that fencing is a combat sport.
Yes, I have to say, though, that it's not based on intent, because a referee can't determine intent. You can just determine how hard you hit the person with the bell. And that was sort of borderline, and he gave her the benefit of the doubt. Fair enough. It is a combat sport.
I'm not suggesting that there's anything appropriate about a guard to the face, but, you know, I mean...
There is a difference between touching with the guard, which is a yellow card, and a bell punch, which is when you really clobber the opponent.
Yeah.
So that was determined to not be a clobber.
Well, Pusztai is not getting inside Marton's distance. And in fact, she's paying the price every time she tries.
Counter-attack, push.
Wow.
Yeah.
A little bit too quick there was Pusztai, and Marton looked like he hit her on the hand. Right, oh, a
Yeah.
beauty, right on the
Yeah.
forearm. And that's the benefit of having that ultra-long reach that Marton does.
Push one.
Another attack, and this is another day at the office for Marton. Pusztai is not showing quite what we saw earlier in the day today.
Attack droite, push gauche, one.
Marton with us the counterattack there. I think she took a little breather mentally, and I think she won't on the next action.
Well, you know, this is a different dynamic that we have here than when Pusztai came from behind to beat Mariel Zagunis. You know, there's a different dynamic at work here, and it is Anna Marton who is clearly the senior partner in this firm.
She earned it.